Okay, let's start seated today on the heels and rest your hands in your lap. Maybe close your eyes and start to breathe into your abdomen. Feeling your spine stacked here. Let's open the eyes. Inhale, arms up. Just reach up towards the ceiling, stretching along either side of your torso. Let's bring the arms down and back up and around. Just doing some big arm circles here. And let's switch directions. And then let's bring the right arm up and behind you and press down on that right elbow with your left hand. And then you might even want to make a little lean over to the left and feel that stretching into the right tricep. And let's bring the arms down and we'll bring the left arm up and behind and grab the left elbow, pressing that down. And then maybe a little lean over to the right until you feel an intensifying in the left tricep. Remember to keep your abdomen pulling in to support your back. Let's bring the arms down. And let's stand up on the knees and bring hip width between the knees. We'll just do a light camel here. So hands to the back of the hips and lift up through the chest and then come back just a little bit. Feeling a little stretch in the shoulders here. Getting a little back bend. And then let's sit back on the heels. We're going to bring the arms out and cross the right arm over the left and grab your shoulders. Give yourself a big hug. And we'll start by lifting the elbows. And then let's curl the back down. Squeezing around the shoulders to feel a stretch along the back. And let's sit up and come back up on the knees, hip width between the knees, hands on the hips. And again, let's lift up out of the waist and bring your upper body back and your hips forward until you feel a stretch along the front of the chest, into the shoulders, and a little back bend. And then coming back to sitting on the heels. This time, let's bring the arms forward and cross left over right and hug yourself. And then we'll lift the elbows up and then curl the spine down. And come back up. And then let's come to tabletop. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. And let's do some cat-cows here. And then let's go side to side. And then let's do our barrel rolls. Let's do 4 in each direction. We'll meet in the middle. Let's extend the right leg and bring it over the left and look over your left shoulder and come into a side stretch here. And then let's switch sides. Straighten the left leg, bring it over the right. Look over your right shoulder and try to find that stretch coming up the left side. And come back to tabletop. Let's lift the right leg behind you till it's parallel to the floor. And then lift the left arm, balancing here. Push the floor away, pull your belly in towards your spine. And let's reach back, grab the right foot, and lift up towards the ceiling. Coming into a back bend here, feel your left shoulder being pulled back. From here, let's step into lizard. So bring this right foot all the way forward. Hands are inside. And let's sink into the hips here. Try to keep your chest forward, your shoulders back. And now let's curl the back toes under and lift the back knee up. We're going to come into twisted lizard. So lift your right arm towards the ceiling and then twist to face the right side of the room. So you're going to be coming up on the outer edge of the right foot, and then let your left hip sink towards the mat as you reach the top arm towards your foot. Lift the hips up, bring your arm overhead, reaching your fingers towards the front of the mat. Once again, sink the hips down as you reach your arm to the back of the mat. Do that one more time. Lift the hips, arm comes forward overhead. And then sink down, arm comes back. And let's turn to face the front, coming back into lizard. Let's step back to plank. And come back to tabletop. And now stretch the left leg back and the right arm forward. Pull your abdomen in, push the floor away. And reach back to grab the left foot. Belly down, foot up. Feel for that stretch in the right shoulder as it's pulled back. And then from here, we're going to step into lizard. So bring the left foot forward. Hands inside and sink down into the hips. Keep chest up, shoulders back. One more deep breath. We'll come into twisted lizard on this side. So we're going to lift the left arm up, or wait, start by lifting the back knee. Once the back knee is up, you can lift the left arm and twist to your left. We're going to let the hips sink down And reach the left arm back. Lift your hips, reach your right arm overhead. And then hips down, reach back. One more time, lift the hips, reach overhead. And hips down, reach back. Turn to face the front. Step back into plank. And then let's come to the knees. Keep your toes curled under and sit back onto the heels. Stretching open the toes and the bottoms of the feet. Let's bring right arm under left and come into eagle arms. So crossing at the elbows and wrists, twisting the arms, and then let's lift the elbows up. And untwist. And then let's bring the left arm under right, again twisting at the elbows and wrists, and lift the elbows up. And untwist. And let's come back into all fours. Maybe bang the tops of the feet on the floor after that long toe stretch. All right, we're gonna walk the hands forward a little bit so we can come into downward dog. Curl the toes under, lift your hips. And make whatever movements you want to make here in downward dog. Just getting a little stretched out to start. You might want to walk the feet, walk the shoulders a little bit. Let's press into the fingers and knuckles, press the chest towards the thighs, reach down through the heels. And then let's walk the feet forward a little bit so we can catch hold of the left ankle with the right hand and pull into a twist. Look up under the left armpit. And release. And let's grab the right ankle with the left hand and pull and look up under the right armpit. And come back. Left hand to the mat. Let's walk the feet back into downward dog. We'll lift the right leg. Open the hips out to the right and bend the knee. And just take a minute to enjoy the stretch in the right hip here. Bring the heel in, lift the knee up, open the hips. And then square the hips and we'll bring knee to nose and step forward into a lunge with the knee up off the ground. And we'll hold here for a few breaths, feeling the strength in the legs. Maybe come up on the fingertips, chest forward, shoulders back. And from here, we're going to turn to the left and come into our side squat. So you can keep your hands on the floor or bring them into prayer. Flex your left toes to the ceiling, stomach in. Press into the floor with your right foot. And then you can either switch to the other side with no hands or hands to the floor to help come into side squat on the other side. And next we're going to come to the middle. Make sure your feet are pointing out at 45-degree angles. And we're going to come into goddess pose. So coming up into our squat. Stomach in, tailbone down. Shoulder blades squeezed together. And elbows bent at a 90-degree angle. From here, we'll come into a forward fold to straighten legs, hands to hips. Turn the toes to face the side of the mat and fold down. Let's walk hands over to the right, left hand in front of the right foot, and reach the right arm up into a twist. And then right hand down, walk your hands over to the left, and right hand down, left arm up. Left hand down. Let's turn to the front of the mat, back into our lunge and step back to plank. Take a breath and exhale to downward dog. And then let's lift your left leg in the air. Open your hips out to the left. Bend your left knee. And find that big stretch for your left hip. And then let's square the hips. Bring knee to nose and step through to lunge. And we'll hold it here. Chest lifted. Pressing into the feet. Active legs. And then we will turn to face the right, coming into our side squat. Pressing down into the left foot, contract the right quad and lift your right toes to the ceiling. And we'll switch sides. And then come back to the middle for goddess pose. Feet out at 45 degrees angles and lift up into our deep squat. Still pressing into the feet, stomach in, shoulder blades together. And then straighten the legs, toes point forward, hands to the hips, and come into forward fold. If you'd like, you can start walking your hands through your legs, pulling yourself through. Body weight forward towards the toes. See if you can contract your quads. And then let's come up a little ways so we can walk the hands over to the left. Plant the right palm and lift your left arm up for a big twist. And switch sides. And then walk all the way to the front of the mat, coming back into lunge. Step back to plank. Take an inhale and then exhale to downward dog. Keep your triceps turning in and up towards the ceiling. Let's take a big inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So now we're going to ripple forward back into plank and slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Moving into Cobra, squeeze your legs, press the tops of your feet down. Inhale, lift your upper body off the floor using little to no pressure in the hands. Feel the muscles of your lower back working to hold you up here. Glutes and leg muscles are tight. Make sure you're breathing comfortably. If you're not, then lower down just a little bit until you can. Slowly come down, bring your right ear on the mat and your arms by your sides. Take a few breaths here. And face the front one more time for Cobra. Squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your glutes and then inhale. Upper body off the mat. Shoulders back and down. Arms in, touching your body. Squeeze your quads again. Press your feet down. At the end here, let's lift all the ways, pressing into the hands. Feeling a little stretch in the abdominal area. And then let's come down, left ear on the mat. And your arms by your sides for a few breaths. Face forward, and we'll grab the feet this time for bow pose. So you can start here. Maybe you're already feeling a stretch here. And then inhale and lift legs and body off the floor. So aiming to activate all the muscles in the back of the body. So feel in the neck, back, glutes. And then also quads are working here as you push your feet into your hands, which is going to pull your shoulders back. Again, make sure you can breathe comfortably. And if you can't, then back off a little bit. Also, another thing to keep in mind for this posture is to keep your knees in about 6 inches apart. You don't want them flaring out to the side. Slowly come down, bring your right ear on the mat, arms by your sides, and relax. Face forward, grab your feet. See if you can keep your wrists straight. So just gripping the feet with your fingers. Take a breath and lift off the floor. Use your back muscles. Press your feet into your hands. Feel that stretch in your shoulders. And slowly come down and bring your left ear on the mat. And relax. And now bring your chin forward. Let's bring the right arm out to the side and roll up onto the right side. If you'd like to add a little extra, see if you can grab your left foot or ankle and press the foot back into the hand. And release, come back to your stomach. Let's bring the left arm out to the side, push up onto your left side. And again, you can try grabbing the right ankle, pushing the knee back and pressing into the right hand. And release back to your stomach. Let's push back into child's pose. And come up to seated. Let's do another hip stretch here. So let's bring the right leg on the floor in front of you with the shin parallel to the front of the mat. And then stack the left shin on top. And it's okay if there's a big gap between the knee and the foot. So this might be all you do today, or you can start to fold forward a little bit. Stack your spine, and let's twist to the right. Bringing the left hand to right knee and right fingertips behind you, keeping your spine as stacked as possible. Look over your right shoulder. And untwist. And let's do one more to the left. Untwist, and let's switch legs. So lean back, bring your legs out straight, maybe bang the knees on the floor a little bit. And then let's bring the left leg in front and stack the right shin over the left shin. And again, you can stay here or start to lean forward. Stack the spine. Let's twist to the left. And one more time to the right. Untwist. Lean back, release the legs. And then let's come to lie on our backs. Let's bring the right leg up. Contract both quads, point through the toes. And then we're going to reach the arms forward as you curl your forehead towards your knee. So take a breath. Exhale, curl up. So holding it here, pulling the abdomen in towards the spine, reaching through the toes. Let's switch the legs. Slowly curl your spine back to the mat and your left leg can come down. And now let's lift the left leg, point through both toes. Take a breath and exhale, curl up as you reach forward. So the right heel can be hovering a little bit off the floor. Keep pulling your abdomen in. And let's switch legs. Try to keep the lower back glued to the floor. Slowly curl back to the mat and legs down. Let's hug the knees in and just rock a little bit side to side. And then extend the legs long, arms by your sides for Savasana. If your mind is wandering, come back to your breath. Start to deepen your breath. Move your fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs. If you'd like, bring your arms over your head for a full body stretch. And then turn onto your side and push up from there or roll on your spine back to seated.